What's up everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So we're setting our sights on Hogwarts Legacy. The conversation nonetheless will still surround Warner Brothers products so far. And this is a very important conversation that I've had to actually have among my peers, and one of the reasons that's actually leading me to play Gotham Knights on PC. You see, the release and the reveal of these video games in today's day and age seemed to me that it's more and more, in a sense, weighing towards preference to playing on PC, for me anyways, than playing on console. Now, one thing I've always tried to do is kind of proof myself all around so that I can enjoy different video games as they come. But it seems like so far so good. The so-called market share exclusivity that Sony enjoyed has dwindled severely. Some people may or may not know the 2016-2017 timeframe saw the PC market actually grow and purchases and spending grow by at least billions of dollars. This was already an indicator that the PC market was getting bigger and better, because at that time, the old consoles were not necessarily doing it, while a lot of people were enjoying higher frame rates, better quality on PC, and even the production of more and better hardware for the PC side, that's GPUs and so on and so forth, was very attractive and prices were quite fair. So this trend that you're seeing, including the addition of games like Marvel's Spider-Man and even the promise of Miles Morales coming down the road, is also a huge transformation in terms of gaming for the PC market. And then you add other things like God of War, which made its way to PC, Marvel's Spider-Man, which nobody thought would ever make its way to PC, except me anyways, and some other people. I should take that back. I don't want to toot my horn too much. We kind of saw this trend coming along. It took a while, but it is already here, and there's no doubt about it, which leads me to today's conversation. And we'll first look at Hogwarts Legacy, and then we'll also look at Gotham Knights. So I was doing a little bit of my perusing around, just trying to take, some time to figure out exactly what this Hogwarts Legacy pre-order fiasco is looking like. And I have to tell you, I was a little surprised because right now, Hogwarts Legacy, its price and its pre-order fee for the regular and deluxe edition on Steam is $60 and $70 accordingly. This is usually the price points that you're going to see many other games. If you also go and say maybe Gotham Knights, which is the primary, part of this conversation, you're also going to see that its pricing is $60 and $70 accordingly. Epic Games will usually follow suit, and if you're paying very close attention on the Epic Games side, you might be able to snag yourself a deal. Now, compared to the console side of things, it's very interesting for us to go back and see that even on the console side, there are some additions in terms of pricing. And right now, Sony is facing a potential lawsuit of its PlayStation Store having priced things unfairly to segments of its regional market. So to me, I don't necessarily see a lot of the benefit to actually staying and playing on the console platform anymore. And keep in mind that I'm not saying this because I want to dog on console or because I'm saying everybody should go play on PC. Don't get me wrong. I've invested the time and the resources and made sacrifices to get the Xbox Series X and even to get myself the PlayStation 5. This was very interesting because it took a lot of time and effort to get both of them, and it cost me a lot more than, say, the person who had bought theirs or got it shipped to them. Let me give you the stories. My PlayStation 5, I literally had to go to another state where we found it at a Walmart. So me and a friend of mine drove over an hour to this destination and an hour back. We almost got lost with PlayStation 5s, and we were freaking out because it was already dark. In fact, my buddy got into trouble because something happened while he was leaving, and his wife was not happy. Dude, it was a big fiasco. My wife was about to be mad at me, but I had to remind her that we had already agreed that I would buy the console. So she kind of calmed down because it was more of an emergency type thing where we had to go run and get our copies, now our units. Now, in my case, I use it for work on YouTube. I make videos and so on and so forth. In regard to my Xbox Series X, I had to buy the bundle that cost about $800 with the Game Pass subscription for 2.5 years and Xbox Live Gold. So these costs have not been simple. They do, however, also have additions to them, and it's been very interesting to see. Now let's do a little comparison. Let's go ahead and look at this particular thing that I'm talking about. Remember, I just showed you the prices of these games on the PC platform. Now look at Hogwarts Legacy, the digital deluxe edition here on console. It is asking, this is the PlayStation Store, $79.99, an extra $10 in order for you to be able to purchase the very same game, the very exact same game. And I do not believe that Hogwarts Legacy is really going to have too much of a transformation because you're playing on the PS5. Yes, you'll get improved textures and some graphics quality, but you're not necessarily going to get that ground up rebuilding of everything as has been done in many games like, say, Marvel Spider-Man and Miles Morales, which were built with the power of these new gen consoles in mind. Keep that also in mind as we also look through, all of this. And even if we go to Gotham Knights, you're going to see the exact same thing. And so to me, with all of these additional costs and comparing my cost benefit, I think that playing on console is starting to look less and less beneficial for my own needs. I wonder how this is affecting a whole lot of people, because if you also think about, say, a game like Gotham Knights, which has a co-op side of it, you have to get PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold to still play the game. So having paid the extra $10, you also have to pay maybe an additional $6 every month if we kind of break down whatever you paid for PlayStation Plus subscription. And it's starting to seem like even my decision to play Gotham Knights on PC is probably going to keep me there. And even for Hogwarts Legacy, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm probably going to also stay on the PC platform with this particular game. But again, I think it's very interesting as well, because with Warner Brothers, they have different approaches to their video games. First, with Hogwarts Legacy, they're like, oh, we're going to have some additional bonuses that, come with in-game benefits or here and there. I mean, it's kind of right now anyways, everything is kind of murky. The developers actually had to go back and explain that, the different editions are going to have specific things that are actually custom to them. I mean, if you come here and look at, say, the Hogwarts Legacy page, you're going to see what the benefits are for paying for the digital deluxe edition compared to the collector's edition, which is $300, by the way. My goodness, are you kidding me? And, yes, you're going to get a Dark Arts pack, which has a few things on there. But and then you're also going to get 72 hours early access if you get the deluxe edition, which we can argue to and fro about that. I've played the Division, and I bought I think it was a gold edition at that time, and it had 7-day early access as well. So this 72-hour early access, to me, I don't think it's enough to justify it. They should have given like a week if they wanted to do early access anyways. I mean, this is just me speaking from other games that I've had to actually, be in the condition where it was a benefit to get early access for buying a better edition or a more expensive edition. And so all of these different concerns, they're just quite interesting overall. But I have to also factor in that fans are going to fans. People are still going to, do whatever it is they feel they want with their money. And for those who might conclude that I've also disclaimed that I'm saying, PC is the best platform and all that, that's not the case. Again, I'm just making the case that it's becoming more and more expensive and doesn't provide a value and a benefit like I felt, the consoles actually did. Now, if you're dreaming or thinking of, making the pivots to PC gaming, I have to say you have to do it. If you have the resources, if you have the time, if you have the, curiosity, you really owe it to yourself to at least explore and see if it is or if it isn't for you. And if nothing else, you just have a computer that you use to gather dust, or you can sell it later on. That's one of the best ways to actually buy PCs. Buy it from console gamers who don't like their PCs. They will give you the best prices because they just find out that it's not for them. And so that's how I kind of, started. And you can also get gaming laptops. Don't let the misconceptions throw you off. There are a lot of PC machines that will cost you even less than the new gen consoles. Yes, they will probably not give you all of the benefits like ray tracing and so on and so forth, but it gives you the opportunity to upgrade later if you build or purchase the right units. So we'll talk a little bit more about all of this, and I'll be happy to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Where are you playing Hogwarts Legacy on, and what are your thoughts so far, even with these Warner Brothers IPs and these products? Talk to me in the next, in the comment section. Peace out.